log in a call sheet and make a prediction, it's Atlanta. We know how we get down in Atlanta. In the A, we know. However, I digress. Let me get back to Mr. Boyd. I think that's his name.
Industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Liontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these three men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover.
Okay. I know, I'm trying not to pause it, but we got to break down all the details so we get the indictment. Once we get the indictment, it'll be on screen. Remember, this is a complaint. We're assuming that there's a grand jury indictment, but regardless, there's a complaint by a federal agent, and the AUSA is presenting this. So we would think that it would hit an indictment already, which means we're scouring Pacer. We're going to see when it's released. Should be shortly, because they did a press conference. Let me just say this. Chat. This is another thing when you deal with, like, these gangster rappers. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be nervous going to any business meeting where 8 people got to be in a room. If you got to do a meeting with 8 individuals in and around the vicinity. You see, my business means is, oh, let's go get lunch. Let's get on Zoom. That's the best one. Let's do this over some coffee. Let's do this over some drinks. The moment I see you pull up with the niggas, a pack of niggas, we're not talking business. It's hard to talk business when you got 8 goons around. Also, this is probably going to go into the premeditation realm because, to a reasonable mind, you don't go to discuss business with 8 individuals. Now, I do think Pooh Shiesty has some type of response for that. Say, no, we didn't plan to go do some stuff. I roll around with 8 people everywhere. And also, the place we met wasn't like some corporate office. When we go to the studio, we always 8 deep. That might work. That might work. Let's keep it going, chat.
Terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to...
Oh, wow. Now, I know y'all saying just let it play, but I got to point out these things. In my mind, what happened is Pooh Shiesty know he's on papers. He's on house. He's on halfway house type of situation. Halfway house is the last 6 months of your release. You get to kind of like be outside of whatever for like half the day, but you have to come back and sleep at the halfway house. It's like getting you reacclimated to society. The reason this meeting took place in Dallas is because he's in Dallas. Okay? So, essentially, he shows up to this thing. He knows he's in a halfway house. I would think that, in my little small brain, I thought the niggas just start doing shit, and that's how you got to have people you control, and he's going along with it because, bro, you're shiesty, you come from the streets. But according to prosecutors, they're saying Pooh Shiesty kicked it off. He upped the Draco.
I haven't been to the grocery store in over a year, but I'm eating healthier than ever. Here's how I did it. Meal planning used to be such a nightmare. The endless grocery lists, finding nutritious recipes, and figuring out what to cook each week. Who has time for that? Then I found Hungry Root. They deliver curated groceries and personalized recipes straight to your door. Look at all this food. And the best part, I don't even have to think about what's in our food because they're super transparent about the ingredients. Plus, everything is so quick and easy to make, and my husband can't stop raving about it. Hungry Root has also saved me so much time and money compared to delivery and takeout, and it feels good knowing that I'm consuming nutritious, high-quality meals that help me meet my health goals. They also accommodate over 20 dietary restrictions, so there's truly something for everyone. So try Hungry Root today and thank me later.
And forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items.
Oh,
one of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door
That's
with
Big
his
30.
body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader
Yo,
of
Chad, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, if I'm Big 30, I'm so mad. Yo, if y'all gonna tell a story, what's my motto? If we gonna tell it, we gotta tell it all. How you gonna, yo, Big 30's role in the criminal indictment for the robbery and kidnapping of Gucci Man is that this fat nigga is so big they just put him in the doorway as a block. They just put him there just to hold the door. Yo, this nigga is so fat. They didn't say, yo, imagine y'all tooled up. Everybody got y'all guns? Yo, y'all got y'all shiesties? I bet. We about to get this nigga Gucci Man inside. Yo, Big 30's like, yo, what's my role in this shit? Your role? Nigga, just stand in the doorway. That's it. That's your job. Okay? Stand in the doorway. That's your job. That's hilarious.
cash and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr.,